Lunch with Lea, episode 322.
Lunch with Lea?
Hi, everybody. Oh, were you supposed to repeat it?
It was my fault. I screwed up.
Oh, well, we're getting organized.
Lunch with Lea, episode 322.
Okay. So Jason and James, Dumb and Dumber, and little, what's his name over here? I don't hear any replies.
Sorry, I'm a little under the weather today.
Oh, everybody is. Everybody's been sick. And here's little baby over here. Say hi, baby. Aw. So, anyway, you know, I had that call. Now everybody else is getting it. Okay, Tico, I talked to him. He's been sick now for a month. It took me from January 3rd till Monday to finally go to the doctor. So then they said, oh, you have this chronic sinus infection. So I'm on every drug available right now. So anything I say can and not be held against me. It's drug induced. I'm on steroids, antibiotics. I mean, well, all of it. No pain pills. Thank God. I hate that feeling. Anyway, let's moving on along. We're not organized today.
I'm trying to remember, who did I hear describing pain pills this week on TV? They were somebody, I know what it was. I was watching the Avicii documentary, and they were talking about giving him pain pills when he was having trouble.
Who?
And Avicii, that Swedish DJ that died this year. And anyway, he was talking about why. He said it's like morphine wrapped in something else, He was going off. He goes, I don't like that feeling.
I think that's why I don't drink that much. I just don't like that feeling. Anyway, so
Alex
there
Pletcher
you go.
said, don't pull a Wendy Williams.
You know, I feel bad for her, and I do think that she's probably got serious health issues. However, I was kind of sick of her hypocrisy, to tell you the truth, a little bit. You know, she was so judgmental about everything and everybody else did while she was living this life, knowing her husband had this mistress who's now pregnant. I do feel bad for her. But at the same time, I mean, it's a little double standard there. But anyway, I hope she gets better. Oh my God, if you know what's going on at the house. Do we have 4 hours? Do we have 4 hours? So Freda had hand surgery. Now her hand is all wrapped up, okay? So now she's walking around like this. Of course, it's her right hand and she's right-handed. So she's kind of doing nothing. And she's kind of trying to do stuff. She's not lazy. Freda's a doer, but she's limited. Now I've talked to her doctor 10 times because she comes back from the hospital and she's like, and I think her throat's closing up, and I think she can't breathe. I'm getting ready to do mouth to mouth, and I'm calling, should I call 911? And then I get Haiti in there. Haiti, come help. What's going on? And then I don't have anyone to translate. And then she's going, so then I call it, she dials the doctor. I talk to the doctor. The doctor goes, well, we didn't put anything down her throat. It was local. So it's not. The only thing she had was oxygen. So this has to be like something
She's allergic
else.
to oxygen.
So he goes, you know, give her this and that and put her to bed. Well, she wouldn't drink. She wouldn't eat. She wouldn't swallow. She said she couldn't swallow. This went on the whole weekend because it was Friday morning. Monday, she goes to another doctor, to the throat doctor. Throat doctor says, well, maybe from the oxygen they burned a little bit of your throat or they somehow nicked it, but there is a little thing there that's sore. He gives her stuff, and now she's having smoothies. Well, I've got to make smoothies for her now, smoothies for RJ now. I mean, honest to God, it's like a hospital over there. In the meantime, Omar, who works outside, is having cataract surgery. Well, this was going to be 2 days off. Well, now it's 5 or 7 days off because he can't sweat because of his eyes. And I'm like, well, it's cold outside. No one's sweating. But anyway, I told him to take off, and then Heidi goes, well, you know, he'll make it up. He'll make up the time. I go, he doesn't have to make it up. Just tell him to go home and get well. I mean, at this point. And then Esperanza's husband, Esperanza and her husband are walking down the street. Car runs over him. He's old.
No.
I mean, I don't know
gosh.
how old, but he's not young. He's older than her, and she's not young. And he has diabetes on top of that. So Heidi doesn't think he's going to make it through the night. He's in intensive care. Turns out he did make it through the night. Now he's still okay. I mean, he's now in regular Jackson, not in intensive care. Looks like he's going to recover. I mean, this is all going on. So Esperanza can't work for the week because she takes the bus, which I didn't even know. Because if I knew that, I would make Paul pick her up in the morning. But he does take her home every day. And then Heidi has the flu. I'm like, don't get around, put on a mask, put on some gloves, don't come around. So there's nothing going on at the house. I mean, it's just me. So last night, because I got a burst of energy now that I'm feeling good again for the first time in like a month, I was like, oh, this is so happy, I'm feeling good. I cleaned the whole kitchen, Jason, and I cleaned everything.
And I know how you clean. Oh, I know how you get.
I did it all night long. I mean, like a banshee. And then I realized it wasn't decorated properly because they live in there like they're, honestly, they live like they're in Colombia or Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic in like a Latin type of home where they have, you know, like just stuff hanging and garlic here and apples there. And, you know, it's homey. It's very homey. It's nice. It's just not like in keeping with the money I put in that kitchen.
It's a traditional Latina kitchen.
Yeah, it's a Latina kitchen. I mean, if listen, I wouldn't be surprised.
In an untraditional Latina house.
Yeah, if I walked in and they had ducks, you know, hanging, you know, or some of that stuff. That's how they live, which is a lovely way to live. It's charming if you live in that kind of a little house and you eat meat and you like all that stuff that they do. I don't. I mean, I had bags of rice and beans and all that, so I put everything exactly where I wanted, brought out all the silver trays, decorated the kitchen. Then Freda comes in, and it used to be like that. It's gone from how I had it to how they want it. So over a process of time and me working all the time, being busy, traveling, you know, little by little, they just take away, kind of like the government, you know, take away. By the time a year goes by, before you realize it, you know, I'm living in their kitchen. So I put out the silver trays, I put out the candles, I made everything. Freda gets up this morning, she comes upstairs, she goes, someone was in the kitchen. You know, she says it kind of in Spanish, the kitchen, usted the kitchen. I go, yeah, Freda, I fixed the kitchen. She goes, beautiful. And I'm like, good, now photograph it and keep it that way. And then I redid the ballroom too, because they you know, when something comes in, they just put it somewhere. They don't think, it's not an organized thing. It's organized chaos. So anyway, I did that.
As long as they know where the Versace china is.
The Versace china is still in those cupboards. Let me go on record. If I drop dead, put in my will, James wants the Versace pillows and the Versace
with the pillows
china.
And the china.
Is that right?
Yeah, so with the china.
And probably one of these Versace rugs.
I might roll one of those rugs up.
Oh my God. I bought all that stuff when Versace was alive because I knew him, and I just felt like you're supporting a friend. This is before he made it huge. I mean, now what support would he need, you know? But back when he was starting up, and so of course I didn't pay what it is worth today. So you will not believe, I don't know if Jason, if you were around, I don't think you were around. This is like, you've been here 17 years, right? Yeah. Something like that.
Gosh.
Remember that time, were you around when I got all that crystal and silver from that law firm upstairs?
No.
So I go upstairs one day. Roy goes, you know, someone in the building's closing off their law firm and they're selling everything. So I go up there. They have baccarat glasses, and I mean, like 100 baccarat glasses. And I mean, the champagne, the water, the cocktail, everything. You know, thick, heavy. And then they had all signed, each one. And then they had those big Christoffel trays. And I bought everything. I just bought everything really cheap. I went home, I realized I didn't have enough room for all of it. So I split it in half, and I'm so stupid. Yeah. So nice. I gave it to, you know, somebody that I don't even like anymore. Some this guy that's just, oh, I just can't with him. And I gave it to him because I was helping him with his apartment at exactly what I paid, half price. When I should have sold it, I could have sold it and made a huge amount of money on it. But I gave it to him because he's my friend. I'm not going to make money on my friends. And so I was going through, you know, those Christoffel trays, they're worth about $15,000 each. Those baccarat glasses are worth about $240 each now. I cannot even believe the stuff that I have. I mean, I was looking at that chandelier. I was like, this should be in the Baccarat Museum. My house is like a museum. I have so many gorgeous things in it. It's unbelievable.
You're getting a lot of comments. People are saying how great you look, and hi, and hello to Little Black over there. And they've all been a little sick too, it seems like. Tracy Jenkins says she's had the stomach flu.
Everybody.
Yes.
It's terrible. And now it's free. Oh, last night I saw someone tweet, you know, it's freezing cold on the East Coast. So I saw someone tweet please take in your animals. Please take in your. They wrote it like 10 times on the tweet. Please take in your animals. Bring your animals inside. Whatever they ordered it, and I retweeted it. I was like, oh my God, it's killing me. The homeless people and the animals outside in this brutal weather. Oh my God, it's just killing me.
We have a lot of listeners from all over. We've got Palm Beach, Anna from Palm Beach, Shelly from Kansas City.
Hey,
Susie from Gainesville. They're all saying hello, Leah.
Hello, we're getting more and more fabulous.
Maria
you guys must be sharing.
Maria from Chicago
sharing
says hello.
Caring.
And Tracy Jenkins Lippy says, by the way, she wanted to tell you how amazing the 2 products that you had recommended from Lea Black Beauty, the moisturizer and the anti-aging serum.
Bravo.
And she says she can already tell a difference a month in. And she said,
she said the serum, which is $10 now on sale for $10. I'm going to do that for the month of February.
And she says she's using the moisturizer on her wrinkly hands too, and she loves it. So
use
she
the
says
moisturizer on your chest, your throat, and the back of your hands. That's where you start to show. You know, these women, they look, oh my God, the last, I never go out, but I did go to this guy's birthday party about a year ago. He was turning 80. He's one of my, I love him. I love him, love him, love him. So, of course, there were older people there, you know, and younger people too. But I looked at this one woman, she just looked beautiful, her face and her hair and everything. And then when I was standing outside getting the valet, I'm just getting off on a tangent today. I just came up. Okay, you made me think of this with the skincare. So she's standing out with the valet, and I swear, from here down, her neck was just crepey and ruined it. Oh, it's just like she had been in sun. It's just like she baked in the sun her entire teenage and adult life. Yeah. And I was like, you can't have your face perfect and not do something about this. So always do this in your chest area, your throat area, your décolletage, and do the back of your hands. Because you know the hands really give away. I won't say who, but someone I know who's a big star is always worrying about their hands. You know, Jason knows. And she's always either wearing like gloves or those Lori Rodkin huge long rings or anything to cover her hands. I think with her hands, it's more the veins, though, than the skin. And I don't think there's much you can do about that. But she's beautiful. She's really aged well, like me, fine wine. So meanwhile...
so Lea Black Beauty.
You know, one of our listeners, Beth, she is in the hospital. She got out a stent put in today, so we're wishing her well.
Oh, no. Beth?
Yeah, Beth, you know, she always watches in.
Well, we
and so we're
wish her the best.
Well. And then listen to this. So the other day I try to go home and the fire trucks are stopping, the cops are stopping. I can't get into my neighborhood. So I go around, all the way around. Well, the fire trucks were all in front of my house, so I assumed it was on the other side. But you know whose house it was? It was our neighbor that supports the charity on the corner there, Jason. You know what happened? He had a Rolls Royce. It is 1996. He doesn't use it that much. So they have a battery thing that you can turn off the battery. So he had the battery turned off. So one day when he finally did get a new battery, the guy came in, do you need a Kleenex over there driving? No. Now he's got an allergy. Now he's sniffing. Oh my God. Oh, I was not Adderall Trump. No, I'm kidding. Remember they said he's grounded up.
Grinds him up and snorts him.
There may be some truth to that. And allegedly. But anyway, so what happened, the guy fixed the battery, and when it wouldn't start, he tells the owner, get out, let me try. The owner tries to turn on the back of the car, because you know the batteries are in the back of the Rolls. Yeah. Blew up in his garage. So he and the guy run out. The guy fell down. He had to drag him out. They start rolling in the grass. One of them winds up in Jackson's, been there a week with burns on his arm, and the whole garage is imploded. That's my neighborhood, and it's a beautiful home. But you know, the fire trucks were there in 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh! So he actually somebody got some fire on him. Yeah,
I know. Terrible, terrible. Well, in good news, the shutdown is finally damn over. We'll talk about that later, which means unless they go into another shutdown, I'll go to Texas on the 15th and do the dumb gay politics on that Saturday night, and RJ can visit all his relatives and cousins, and they can all go out and do that stuff they do in Texas, you know, riding horses and wearing hats and cowboy boots and all that stuff I grew up with that I was never really into. I wasn't part of Texas small girl. We might admit that. Anyway, and so then there's spring break after that, so maybe we'll get to fly. Of course, Roy's in a trial, so he's just not having anything to do with any of it. So Valentine's Day is coming soon, so I want to remind you before I forget, you get the $10. You're not going to believe this. After we put our books on sale for $10, Amazon put them on for $6.50.
Yes,
only for the month of February. But if you get them from us, I can't sell them for that because of the freight. It costs me like $7 or $8 a book. I can't.
Yeah.
But they're doing it because they want to get rid of the last of these books, because they want me to submit the second book, and I'm not going to submit it until they sell these, I told them. So anyway, so of the 1,300 we have to sell, obviously they didn't send them all here because Amazon's got some. So you can go on Amazon and get them for like $6 or $7 or $6.50 or whatever. That you can probably get prime rate and get the freight free.
People probably thought
they're going to be losing money on
they
me.
thought we opened up a book room because the background changed from to all the books.
But on the we got them all in. But on the other hand, though, if you get them from us for $10, which I could care less where you get them, just read the book. They're personalized and autographed. So is my signature worth $4? No.
That was one of the questions, actually.
$3.50.
Ryan was asking, are you signing them?
$3.50.
So for sure, yes.
No, my signature is not worth $3.50. But you never know.
But you are signing them.
It could be. It could be one day. Anyway, and so there's that. That's for our Valentine special. Now we've gotten that out of the way. So you got to watch Three Strangers on CNN. It was on there. I'm sure you can look it up and find it somewhere. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
I watched it when it first came out.
Oh my God, it's so interesting. Didn't you like it?
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. See, they've had some good ones. I like the
thought it was
Ruth
good.
Bader Ginsburg movie was
a
good
fabulous
too.
one. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was amazing. Well, we have to do that. So I'm going to talk about it later in politics section, but the Trump base is down to 28%.
Yeah.
Big article. They said 28% people say they would, or they will vote for him, and that's it. That's the max he can get is 28% right now. So if Mr. Cafe Loco Latte doesn't get in the race, the Democrats have a good chance.
Yeah, he didn't
Mr. Latte gets in, we're going to all boycott Starbucks. I'm sorry.
They're really ripping him apart. He didn't even know how much a box of Cheerios was yesterday.
He needs to go away. And just run, if you want to run as a Democrat or Republican, but do not be a spoiler. Oh, God. By the way, if you didn't catch my podcast with Heather, you need to watch it, because everyone that's been are listening to it and watching it, or however you get it, they've all been, every time someone sees it, I get emails, texts, messages about how much fun it was and how I spilled all the tea. I must get on truth serum, because the camera's on, I just start fucking talking. Say everything. I don't care. I don't care. Just say it all. What do I care? You know, one of these producers for one of the Housewife shows that I know said to me one time, he goes, you know why the older women, older meaning, 45, 50, 55, not
the matriarch
not
of the group.
25-year-olds, but he goes, you know why they're so good on reality TV and on the Housewives, and why they are the ones that carry the show. And he says, not the young girls that carry the show. It's these more mature women, let's put it that way. Is because they are at the point in their life where they just don't give a FU, and so they just spill the beans. And he goes, they don't care. And I'm kind of at that point in my life at 29. It's difficult. But by the way, Christy Brinkley's 65. She's like the only person I know older than me. She looks amazing. She looks 35. She's stunning, gorgeous. So I watched the SAG Awards. I watched the New Jersey Housewives. We'll talk about that later.
Oh my gosh.
James got me to watch that. I'm like, I'm not getting sucked in. I'm not going to watch it. And then, so I watched it. I TiVoed it and watched it. And then we'll talk about the baby shower, Andy's baby shower later. We have celebrity news, royalty news, gossip news, and then of course the Super Bowl is coming up Sunday. So my nephew's coming with his two friends for the whole weekend to go to some seminar about real estate or whatever. Of course, RJ's just thrilled to death, and of course I'm just like, put him out in the cabana. You're not gonna believe what I did, Jason. I took an extra mattress because it only has one bedroom and put out there on the floor and rearranged it because they're going out there. I can't have that luggage and all that stuff and their messiness in my house. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. I can't. Everything. You know how I am about everything looking a certain way. And so I told Heidi, we set it all up yesterday. She went and got all the food. She put this mattress out there. They've got the bed. I brought everything gorgeous and fabulous inside the house. I covered everything. And they can go out there and do whatever, but there's no TV out there. I took the TV out because no one ever watched it, and you can only have 6 TVs. If you go to 7, you have to have another service. So I took that one out. So I was going to hook it back up, and I'm like, you think I want them sitting out here drinking beer, eating peanut butter and jelly in my cabana, messing it up? I don't think so. I'm not putting the TV out there. So I thought of an idea. There's a sports bar right down the street from us. I made a reservation for 4. I already got Heidi to go buy the tickets. I got them the best table for $40 a person. I can put them all at the sports bar.
You are so funny. You think of everything.
I was so happy. Roy's like, I said, aren't you happy, Roy? He says, well, he wouldn't even know they were at the house. He's in the middle of a trial studying right now. He reads, I swear to God, he must read 18 hours a damn day. Yeah. I don't know how he absorbs all that information. He really is a genius. I'm not kidding you. He really is.
I just want the brain cells that die off him.
I mean, there is nobody smarter in the law than Roy. And there's no one dumber in the real life kitchen than Roy. I mean, he can't even lock the door, you know? Like, it's funny.
Jared Langford said the Heather McDonald interview was the best thing he had heard all year.
It was good.
He says, I mean, I can't. 2 quarters for pancakes.
I really went off on a gossip rail. It's not like me. I don't care anymore. I was watching that baby shower, and I'll tell you later, but if I forget, you'll remind me. What I was thinking, how these girls would have acted if they were there, and I was rolling on the floor at myself, laughing at myself. So in celebrity news, you know, that little girl, Fatima Ali, was the first one that did the Pakistan-inspired cuisine. She died of bone cancer. She was only like 39 years old. I saw that online.
It's horrible.
It broke my heart. She was so cute.
She was a fan favorite, too.
She was? Oh, it was just so sad. And then Sam Elliott got his first Oscar nominee, and he replied, it made all the news, it's about effing time. I thought it was funny that made the news. I'd love to see him win. He's a sentimental favorite. I don't know. You know, he's really a great actor. He's been doing it for so long. And now, Bohemian Rhapsody, one of our favorites, they took them off the GLAAD Media Award nominee list after another Bryan Singer allegation. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, the NAACP, or what was it? Yeah, it was GLAAD, and I think NAACP both have rebuked it now.
I just don't think it's fair that they can't be part of the GLAAD ceremony because of one rotten apple that right now is just alleged. Do you?
Right. I think the crime doesn't fit the punishment.
No, but the thing is, why? Just take this guy out of it. Just say he's not invited. He's not a part of it. But celebrate the movie and the other actors and Freddie Mercury's life. I just don't think that's fair. And I'm a big gay advocate.
I agree.
Remember, I had the first white party in my backyard that Miami ever had. How many? 20-something years ago.
Oh, it's more than that now.
More than that now. And when I go to speak at the GLAAD, at the white party things, I'm like the biggest star ever because everybody remembers that. So this is nothing about that. Everybody knows that I love a queen. But I don't think that's fair. I just don't.
No, I agree. I don't think it's fair either.
So I got to say what I think. My big mouth. Alex Baldwin has now agreed to go to anger management counseling after he pleaded guilty to harassment in a confrontation over a parking lot spot in New York City. You gotta admit. I mean, come on, that is the funniest thing. This
I don't think that's the first time.
He's like a renewable client. He's like, his lawyers must be going, wow, we got another payday. Alex threw another spot. I mean, come on. Meanwhile, we never did the Razzle awards.
The Razzies for last week, the Razzie nominations? Yes.
Yeah, so the Razzies, the worst films, John Travolta, Melissa McCarthy, Bruce Willis, Jennifer Gardner, Donald Trump are amongst the acting nominees for the 39th annual celebration of the worst movies of the past year. Well, what movie did Trump do? I don't know what he did.
He was part of the Fahrenheit 9/11.
Donald Trump?
And there was something else. Yeah, there's 2. It says it should list it there.
Okay. So the worst picture.
Melania and him have worst couple too, I think.
Well, she probably made the Stormy Daniels hit list. Worst picture: Gotti, Happy Time Murders, Holmes and Watson, Robin Hood, and Winchester. Worst actress: Jennifer Gardner and Peppermint, Amber Heard in London Fields, Melissa McCartney in the Happy Times Murders, Life of a Party, Helen Mirren, oh my God, and Amanda Seinfeld. So you see, you can be on the worst list as an actress and be nominated as an Academy Award at the same time.
Absolutely.
Only in Hollywood.
Only in Hollywood.
You know what that tells me? That tells me that the critics in LA and the true artists judge on a performance. They don't take the baggage of who they like and don't like and all that. Just like the intelligence community, they just follow the facts. So I like that. Okay, the worst actor, Johnny Depp, Will Ferrell, John Travolta, and Gotti. I didn't think he was bad. I liked him.
Oh my gosh, Gotti is like the showgirls of crime drama. It's horrible.
Bad. Donald Trump as himself in The Death of a Nation, Fahrenheit 11/9. Well, that one, I'm going to vote for that one. And Bruce Willis. Worst supporting actor, Jamie Foxx. He's an Academy Award winner. Ludacris. Joel McHale, John C. O'Reilly. He just was up for a Golden Globe.
I know he's up for a Golden Globe. He should have
also been up for an Oscar. He's another sentimental favorite. Supporting actress Kellyanne Conway as herself in Fahrenheit 11/9. She is an actor. She just follows a propaganda script. She wouldn't know the truth of it, knocked her over. Her husband is truly intellectually honest, and he's a good lawyer and a very smart person, and he contradicts everything the Trump administration says, including her.
Did you see this thing this week about, I think there's a book that's coming out, and the guy that was writing it was doing something with a reporter or whatever, and it popped up on the guy's screen that there was a leak, and it was Kellyanne giving the leak. So he has like proof. I
saw that. Yeah. She's the one. Now, if you know what's interesting, this guy busted her for leaking and showed the text messages.
Yeah.
Now, what is interesting, if you look, who's the last one standing amongst the whole group?
Yep.
Her.
Exactly, her.
She is the Black Widow. One by one, she got rid of everyone. Yep. So she's now the Queen Bee. That's exactly what happened, and she loves that power. She will lie till that face turns anything but white, stark white, till she gets color in her face, just to be on TV and be the big I am working out of that White House. Yep. Girl. Kelly Preston, Jan Sinclair, and Melania as herself. She doesn't do anything. Why doesn't she do something? Why isn't she down there visiting the kids in the cages and seeing what's going on? Why isn't she out seeing what they can do to help the freezing people that are living on the streets during this storm? Why isn't she worrying about trying to help people? She doesn't do anything.
Because she never wanted to be in that position.
She likes the glory of it, and she likes the fabulous. I mean, did you hear it one day on an interview? Well, I'm too busy to worry about Stormy. I'm the first lady now. Oh, my God. The first HOOKER in the White House. Put up that alleged sign right now. It's just my opinion. Talk about coming to the U.S. with a plan and exceeding your goal. She exceeded her goal.
That's for sure.
And then, what chain immigration families over here now. Yeah. And they're over here as citizens while they're kicking out people that have been here 30 years. These people. And it goes on from here. So those are some of them. Okay, well, anyway, that's that. Now, in the SAG Awards, I was disappointed. Brad Cooper and Lady Gaga didn't get anything.
Yeah, they got it right again.
I just think they're so fabulous. They're so Hollywood glam. And, their performances were great, but the competition's so stiff.
It is a stiff year.
Let's see. Oh, I love the opening where they went around and had people talk. So Jeffrey Owens, remember the guy that woman made fun of that was working at Trader Joe's and it went viral?
Yes,
so when he went
great.
around to him on the screen, he said, I found myself in the dark wood of unemployment and debt. But instead of switching careers like a sane person, I took a job at the local Trader Joe's to see if I could hang in there with my acting career. And look what happened. Everybody started casting him. So that little old nasty woman that thought she was being so smart, what'd she do? She got in trouble. She didn't really get in trouble. She got shamed. And he's back on the action again. So good for her. Alan Alda received a Lifetime Achievement Award, probably well-deserved, but there are tons other that also are well-deserved. Jason Bateman gave a great speech. He looks really cute now. He used not to be this good-looking. He's gotten better looking with age, unless I have him mixed up with somebody else. I may have mixed up. I get them all mixed up. You're one part away from making it and his was Ozark. Your dedicated award to fellow actors. So he's saying, you know what? I barely was hanging on. It was almost over. I didn't know if I could do it. And you're just one part away from making. That's how I feel. We're just one person away from taking this podcast and syndicating it.
Exactly. And the people keep supporting it.
Share.
What did you think? What did you think about Megan Magali, the host?
Oh, I thought she was okay. She was cute.
None of the designers, both of the looks that she bought off the rack. Nobody would design her.
I was going to mention this to you. The red that she wore was fine, but that black
did not
dress
fit
she
her.
wore on the red carpet.
And that was an Alexander McQueen.
Let me tell you something.
And she bought it off the rack.
She said she bought it online. You know what? It looked like it. Yeah. I'm sorry, girl.
I thought the sequins one did too. It did not flatter her body at all.
That was horrible. That black
none of the designers would.
That's not true. Let me tell you what the truth is. If she had a publicist or a manager or an agent that was working instead of sitting home and doing nothing, or maybe she didn't have one, she should get one, that went out and said, my client is hosting the SAG Awards, she would have had 50 people line up with clothes.
So
I'm sorry.
That's
happened. A lame excuse. She's trying to justify looking like she bought something out of a catalog.
No. So last month, this happened because one of my other clients, who is a designer, we had done some outreach to try to see if we could do something for her. But at the end of the day, the designers that she wanted to wear wanted her to pay for the dress. And so, and even on Twitter, I saw her get into several
designers. Call me. I've got more contacts than you and nobody. Okay, I could drum up 5 dresses in 30 minutes and nobody knows. No, I'm not doing the SAG Award thing. Okay, the red was fine. She should at least taken the damn dresses to the tailor.
Yeah.
And the black one, should have looked better. She just took the damn glitter off of it. Anyway, I thought she did a good job, and she's lovely and she's talented, but it just drives me nuts when these girls have these huge opportunities to showcase their magnificence and how fabulous they are, and then they squander it because either they're too cheap to buy a dress, or they don't know how to buy a dress, or no one's helping them buy a dress, or they don't care, whatever. You know what, girl? You owe yourself more than that. You're more than that. Darren, what's his name? Chris, beat Christian Bale. He beat Christian Bale.
He's won everything he's been nominated for.
He's winning it all. He's running the tables, and he's so humble. He is the nicest, most humble person. When you see his interviews, he's so grateful. I love him. I'm a fan, and I will tell you, that movie was just so dark. It bothered me to watch it. I'm sorry, it did.
You mean the miniseries? The
miniseries. Yeah. I'm glad I saw it, but it was uncomfortable to watch because we live here. We know the people, what the place looked like, the pool, Versace. You know, it was very uncomfortable. Remember, didn't they interview me about that movie? They did. They interviewed me about that movie.
You were on the People Magazine investigation series.
Somebody came and interviewed me here for a whole hour about what was going on during that time. Did that ever air anywhere?
Yeah, it aired while you were in L.A.
Well, I never saw it. Was I fabulous? Did I come across great?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a good. Yeah.
Okay, The Marvelous Miss Maigel's winning again. I've never watched it, so good for her. But
I like that show.
And I was thrilled Emily Blunt got that little thing.
I like it as well.
I was glad she got that SAG because you know what? She got it not for Mary Poppins, but for the film her husband wrote and directed. Mm-hmm. And I'm so happy for them as a couple. Aren't they cute? They're
A Quiet
just so
Place.
Cute.
Yeah.
I like them. Oh my gosh. Moving on, page 6. Oh, Lord. Oh, now we're into royalty news. Okay, we're into royalty instead of regular gossip. Okay, royalty. So, Kensington Palace staff are spending hours tackling abuse and racism criticism against Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle. Some of you made violent threats against the duchesses, according to Hello Magazine. A source revealed the palace monitor's comments on social media have to block certain words, and the abuse has become quite serious. Over the course of the last year, hundreds of thousands of comments were 2 or 3 were bad, and 2 or 3 of those were violent threats. It follows Kate and Meghan's narrative, and some of the worst stuff is between the Kate fans and the Meghan fans. Arguments about who looks more appropriate, for example, they turn into a personal attacks on the users. It's creating a supercharged atmosphere and everyone can join in, but what are the consequences of this, is page 6. I think that's just awful. Leave the damn girls alone. One of them's pregnant, one of them's got 3 kids.
It's so nasty.
They married, listen, I think they both married for love. I don't think they married to be a prince or a princess. And who wants to do that, or a princess or a queen or whatever. I mean, So, and even if they didn't, that's where they are. They do go out and do stuff. One's at the homeless shelter. One's feeding people. They're bringing attention to charities. They're doing more than anybody here is. Okay, moving along.
I think we should take our 5-second break.
Yeah, well, let's 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Emma Ask Me Anything that's posted on Instagram every Monday. If you want to ask anything, you type in your Instagram. What happened?
You were quiet.
We'll do it again later. I'll do another 5 seconds later. We have to have the commercial breaks for all our big paying sponsors.
Good.
Well, I'm going to do it now. Ready?
All right, we're back.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure that was probably what, AT&T sponsor or somebody huge.
Poshmark's been advertising.
It was our Super Bowl ads.
Oh, yeah, one of our Super Bowl ads. It was probably, Harry Winston. From Donna Darenzo, when is your next book coming out? Well, I need to give it over to the publisher, so I don't know the answer to that. Denise Strawford, when is Flipping Out coming back? Miss them and you. I'm not sure that it is. You would have to tweet at Bravo and ask them and tell them you miss me too. Todd, well, I don't have anything else to decorate right now, so I guess I'm out. Todd or Dodge, Ivan Sutkas, but I do miss them. On the basis of your experience, what would be your most important advice to budding entrepreneurs and business owners? Oh my God, that's a whole seminar. In a nutshell, make sure you love what you're doing. Make sure you prepared the finances for it. Keep your overhead low and let it grow organically. Now, that's just a quick 5-hour answer. Amy Pupo, I haven't read these in advance. James always says, you need to read them in advance. I'm like, I don't care. If I don't like to answer them, I'll just say I don't want to answer your question. Did you get an invite to Andy's baby shower? If not, do you think any tea will be spilt from the event? I do think tea will be spent. I did not get an invitation, and I wasn't insulted by that. I have been on the Housewives thing for 4 years. I mean, who would expect? And not only that, do you think they could invite me and not invite all those other things? Oh my God, all hell would have broken loose. Can you imagine if they were there? I'm telling you, I figured it out. One of them would have been going behind the scenes, getting every single person's text number so she could work them and make sure when they're in Miami, she gets her photo taken and get invited to their parties or their weddings or be fabulous and the it girl. One of them would have been literally knocking Lisa Rinna onto the floor to get the attention and outdo her. One of them would have just been, and then they would have all been drooling over Andy like sycophants and literally drooling and kissing and loving and butting up. It would have been such a nauseating scene. I read
the Entertainment Weekly recap and they were listing like each city and who was there, and then it got down to the bottom and it said RHOM and then it said LOL next and then it said Real Housewives of DC and it was like laughing my effing ass off.
See, that's the point. If you invite one ex-housewife, you've got to invite them all. Yeah. And so I wasn't offended. And by the way, if I were in LA and I were invited, I would go. If I were here and I were invited, I would only go if I could line up other stuff in LA because it's a 6-hour flight, just for one thing. Now, I can tell you other people here would crawl to go. They were probably lobbying for getting invitations. TJ Johnson, what do you look up? Oh, do I have a mentor? Oh, who do I look up to? Do I have a mentor? Well, as of today, when I found out Christy Brinkley's 65 years old, I need to follow her model. Favorite books, magazines for women or entrepreneurs? I think that one book, by Osmondino, is one of the best Bibles of all time. I'll have to think of it. Think and Grow Rich.
And you like
That's
quantum
a good
thinking
one.
too.
Which one?
And the quantum thinking.
I love Diane Collins' Quantum Think book. That, if you can go online and get that, Do You Quantum Think by Diane Collins. I'm glad you remember that. Good idea. That's a really good one. The Ballad of Robina, how are you and Roy? Oh, well, we're good. He's studying all the time, and I've been sick, and so everyone's ignoring everybody. No. Everything's fine. We get along perfect. We don't really, Roy and I, Jason, have you ever noticed have an argument or get along or me come in here pouting or
entire
whining?
years that I've known you, I've never seen you guys have an argument.
Perfect match. And Roy, it's easy. I don't know. It's just easy. We get along really good. We don't have any problems. I mean, I don't have... Like, my biggest problem really with Roy is he's just studies too much and reads too much and is too smart. And, one day, years back, I complained to one of my friends about it, and she said, My husband plays golf 5 hours a day, and the other one goes, and my husband chases skirts. What kind of a problem is that? And I'm like, that's really true, because while he's reading and studying and getting brilliant all the time, I can just do whatever I want to do.
You can rearrange the kitchen.
I can rearrange the kitchen. Remember I told you that one time he signed a check because I wasn't home, and there was I think it was for a tutor, and the bank called and asked if the check had been forged. Because he's never written a check in the entire, since we've been married. It's either me or Wanda. Let's see. Nancy, tea on Andy's shower. The tea that I saw was probably what you saw online. I haven't talked to any of the girls. I will probably talk to Sonia. I'll eventually hear something out of Lisa Rinna, directly or indirectly. I'm trying to think who was there. I don't know who I would get the scoop from, but I do know some producers that were there, and I'll get the scoop.
Apparently they taped Andy's Sirius show, and they're going to for an hour or something.
Now I know Jeff
That's
and
going to be on
were
this
invited,
Friday.
but they were in Vegas at a trade show, so I knew that. If I could go back in time, would I do the Miami show? I would do it again, but I'm much smarter now. Roy always says you wound your enemies when you need to take them out. I did taking the bitches out. Yeah. What was your? But I didn't. Allegedly, I just wasn't. I didn't want to show who they really were at their core, and so I just was being nice and like I told you, my tagline should have been: people say I take the high road, and taking the high road's easy when the low road's the gutter. That's my tagline should have been, but they didn't pick that one. They picked another one because they knew it'd spite me. That's how much the producers love me. Baz.C, was your favorite aspect of being part of the Housewives? Probably, the people that we met out, or somebody at the door. The cops, are the cops
No,
here?
we're okay, we're okay.
We're talking, we haven't started talking about Trump yet, so the FBI shouldn't be here.
No, just keep going.
Let's see. What did I like about being on the Housewives? I liked doing the press. I liked going on the Today Show, and I liked going and doing the radio press, and being an Andy show. I liked that part of it. I did not love the waiting around for the girls. I did not love the lying. I did not love the conniving and backstabbing. I did I never loved the dolling up with the hair and the makeup and the clothes. I've never loved all that, but I did it. I did it. I danced for my dinner. And I guess that would be it. I don't know. I guess also I met a lot of interesting people that I'm still maintained friendships with over the years from the show. Not on the show.
It was a good platform for you to open up other things.
Yeah, I got a few. I didn't hit the lottery with it. Tom to Eden. Do you have the painting from the art show? I do have the painting from the art show. It was a portrait of me. And what am I going to do? Throw it out? I can't throw it out. It's a portrait of me.
It'll be going in the museum.
Any chance of me being on TV more? Well, I have had 2 or 3 people approach me with shows. Nothing yet that comes up that I want to do, and I'm very picky because I'm not going to travel unless it's something really big. I'm not going to do something stupid because I'm just too bored with stupidity, and it have to be something I really want to do. But I do have this one deal in the hopper. Did that guy email us back those corrections of that agreement? I need to follow up on that today. Okay.
Susan Solander says that Miami had the best filming as far as scenery goes.
I would
that
agree
she
with
loved
that.
to watch that, and she said,
I would agree with that.
But there were too many mean girls, and she thinks everyone saw that.
It was just that they're mean. They were dark and mean, and they just hijacked the show and turned it into a hate fest. The producers did an amazing job of showcasing Miami. I will give them that. Purveyors of
I agree.
Pop.
I think
they really did. They did the most brilliant job of showcasing a city that I've seen. So
that was right when they started using drones to photograph aerial shots and things too. And I think that they did a really good job.
They did a great
job.
David, here's a good one. So in Housewife news, Teresa says if Joe's deported, they'll go their separate ways. And David Bedour's former mistress, current girlfriend, threw a big hissy fit.
I saw that.
At either Walmart or Target or something. And
she threw a fit.
They asked her for her receipts to prove she paid. Everybody that goes through Target, they ask you when you're leaving for your receipt. It's happened to me, and I've only been to Target in LA. I don't really go here, but I love it. It's right by my house in LA, and I'm always stocking the house, so I go. And so I go through and I give my receipt. Everybody does. So they ask her, and she goes off on them about how rich she is, and she lives in a $15 million home, and do I look like somebody
the guy's supposed to know
that I'm going to steal anything, and this and that. And the thing is, so Bedora, the boyfriend, the cheater, Shannon's ex, is furious because he's negotiating to get the alimony down, crying poor.
He's crying poor, and she's out there preaching about how big.
Bragging about how rich he is. I hope they show that clip to the judge. Oh,
he made her delete it, but it's already out there. So.
Then back to the baby shower. You said we had questions about that. I didn't see them.
People are just wondering if you went and if there were any tea that you wanted to spill.
Now. Well, Rena was hilarious. She's always hilarious. But I just was thinking about this too. Who you are in the world gets to dictate what you can get away with. Like I could never get away with getting up on that table and dancing with my leg in the air, screaming, "You effing bitches, get up here and dance, Randy!" And people would go, "Oh, she's so bossy, and she was trying to steal the show, and she wanted all the attention, and she's just a horrible old hag drunk." I could never get away with that. Lisa Rinna does it, and it's like the life of the party. Everybody thought it was hilarious, which I did too, and I love her. She's got to be one of my all-time favorites. And Kyle looked so pretty in that white jumpsuit. I will say this. The way some of them were dressed were ridiculous. Some of them looked really stunning. The white jumpsuit was fabulous. The jumpsuit that Rinna wore was gorgeous. I mean, but there were some of them that just looked like she'd been ornaments on a Christmas tree. They just didn't have it together. Okay.
And Phaedra was there, which was kind of interesting.
Oh, that's right.
There's been a little rumor she's coming, or they're wanting her back, but I don't think she wants to.
They should bring Phaedra and Kenya back if they want to come back.
That's what Nene said last week.
Huh?
That's what Nene told.
Oh, she did?
She told Andy that last week.
Well, I'm shocked because she didn't like Kenya for the longest time, but now she's seeing.
She don't like these new girls, so she's ready to bring them back.
You know what? Not only that, it's like it's the devil you know. Number two, it's hard to completely carry a show or carry anything. And the more people you have to chip in and help carry it, I think that's why Jeff liked me on Flipping Out, because, it's like you get tired of having to be the life of the party all the time. So now here comes in another blabbermouth, and they can take the floor for 10 minutes. And then, so it's actually a collaboration, and it's a lot more fun when you have people to play off of. So I'm surprised she wants them back. Now, she wants them back. They may come back because she does have influence and pull. There's no question about that.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. She was on his show out in L.A. after the shower and all that night, and one of the other things was she kind of went at Lisa Rinna a little bit. He asked which housewife would you like to have a confrontation with. She says, "I'd like to go at Lisa Rinna." That's what she said. So
that's the difference in her and me, and that's why she's on a show and I'm not. I don't like the conflict.
Yeah.
I don't want the conflict. If you start it, I will get in it, and I probably will finish it or walk away. But I don't like the conflict. She obviously likes the conflict. What's wrong, honey? Just calm down over there. You think he's calm? Meanwhile, and then I read, and I think this is legitimate because it was in Page 6, and people were, and I even saw Danielle made a comment about it, that apparently Danielle Staub from New Jersey flew all the way to LA and then found out she hadn't been invited. And so she was fine with it. She wasn't invited. And then Andy heard about it, and then he personally called her and said, "Oh, no, you're invited to come." And she said, "Well, better late than never. I'll run over." I will give her credit for this. That was a great attitude to have. If I'm not invited, fine, I'll be in LA. If I'm invited, you know what? If you want me to come at the last minute, it's like if someone cancels on a dinner and then someone calls me and says, "Listen, I had a big black tie and two people aren't showing up. Would you come?" I wouldn't take insult to that. I wouldn't say I'm a filler. I'd probably say no, but I'll find somebody for you. That's probably what I'd say. Oh my God, we're just running out of time. I could go for 4 hours.
You have to talk about New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. I'm moving on. Okay, so I watched New Jersey. And that fight between Margaret and what's the new girl's name?
The new girl.
I don't think of her name. Anyway, plastic surgeon's wife. Have you ever? I was speechless. Who talks like that?
I love Margaret. I mean, I think she's been one of the best new additions to any of the franchises.
Well, this is why she's making it the
oh
show
my
fabulous.
God! She is. But that reaction. First of all, the new girl cannot drink. Like every time, it's instant asshole as soon as she drinks alcohol.
She's a nasty drunk. Remember we went
very
through the
bad.
levels of drunks. She's one of the mean ones.
And Jennifer, that's her name, Jennifer.
Okay.
And thank you, Ryan, I think, or Ellen, whoever it was that told me. But yeah, it's Jennifer. But she went crazy. And when Margaret told her lip liner looked like a monkey's ass,
I couldn't believe that. I've never pictured that, thought of it.
She
never
was
heard
right,
that.
though.
I mean, have you ever heard of that? I've never even heard of that description. I don't know if she made it up.
But it was point on.
She's a writer. But honestly, it was just more than I could take. You know, it was like, oh my God.
And supposedly the fight tonight is supposed to be the big blow up. That was just the precursor. So I don't know.
And then Jackie was here over the weekend, I forgot to say, and I missed her. I was supposed to go meet her. And by the way, the drinks, Jackie, the Queen of Versailles, the drinks were right near Roy's office on Collins. It wasn't way up. I would have gone, but I was just so sick. Listen, they had the antique show this weekend. I never miss the antique show.
I know, you've been struggling.
And I didn't go. I slept Saturday and Sunday. And you know what I was thinking afterwards? I would have spent money that I didn't need to spend, and I would have bought a piece of jewelry that I don't need. So there, thank you. I'll give my nephew some more money for his college. Okay. I just noticed all this that I missed before. Oh, you know what? If you are missing the circus on Showtime, you are missing out. It is so good. And you got to see it. It's really good. And Sundance is on right now.
Are you watching? Because I know you like singing shows sometimes.
What?
There's one called the Masked Singer,
No, I didn't
where
know about that
they
one.
have like 8 celebrities that are in costumes, and you have to guess who the celebrity is that's singing each week, and it's
I didn't
really
know that.
enthralling. I got sucked into it last week, and next thing I knew, I'd watched 4 episodes.
See, I can't get hooked on anything else.
It's on tonight too.
So at Sundance, OAC, what's her name? The new representative from the Bronx. They had a film called Knocking the Door Down, and she was featured in that. And in Neverland, apparently Michael Jackson, they did a whole documentary. These 2 young boys came out and
Scandalous.
said that it was horrible. Apparently they had to have a whole lot of security. You know, I have to be honest. If you're going to have a bone to pick with somebody, you don't wait till they're dead, because they don't have a chance to defend themselves. So I don't want to see it for that reason.
It's going to be on HBO over the summer, but I heard that it was like there were audible gasps. People could not believe what.
The guy's dead. He can't defend himself. And let me tell you, my friend Tom Mesereau represented him, and he's one of the smartest lawyers I know. And he does not believe in his heart of hearts that there was anything more going on than Jackson never grew up and they were all hanging out and being boys together. Mm-hmm. And he knew him as well as anyone. He tried his case. He saw every piece of evidence. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I just loved him when he was as an entertainer. I just thought he was so good, so talented. Remember that I'll Be There? Oh, he's so cute when he's 5 years old.
No, he was definitely a great entertainer. But
anyway,
it's horrible to hear this.
So I did that one. So there you go. Now in news, that 3-year-old kid that got lost in the grandparents' yard, and they found the kid 2 days later, and the little boy says he was hanging out with a bear. Mm-hmm. And they think it's probably that they think there is a bear in the neighborhood, and the bear was protecting him. I think it was a cub, a small bear. Can you believe it? That's unbelievable. Can you imagine his parents for 2 days? You're thinking the worst, and then you see he was so cute, the little blonde, and then they took him to the hospital. He was being on the IV, and then they're going to have a psychiatric evaluation.
Yeah, he's very young.
Another thing I thought was so sweet, there was a serviceman that died in Killeen. He was a vet. His name was Joseph Walker. And the funeral home announced that no one was coming to the funeral. No one picked out the casket. No one did anything. There was a little article in the paper. Did anyone know him? Over 1,000 people showed up to his funeral.
It was great. It's one of the high stories of the week.
Sweet.
It was beautiful.
That's a good
I saw
story.
that on TV.
I know. And in bad news, they're saying cigarette filters are as bad as plastic straws in terms of littering the world and ruining the environment. So if you're smoking, first of all, stop smoking. Secondly, those damn filters are supposed to help you keep if you're getting lung cancer, but they don't. But something's got to be done about that. And I don't like that. Never mind. Okay, remember the little boy I told you about the peanut butter that ordered all that peanut butter? Well, the company got a hold of him. He had ordered, his mom got it for 79 cents a jar. He went online and said, if you, please have another sale. And they did a picture. The mom bought like 100 jars of it. Please have another sale so we can buy another bunch because we're almost out. Well, I didn't know this little boy's autistic. Isn't that so sweet? So he got hooked on the peanut butter. His peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day, and his mom bought him all those jars at 79 cents. And the company said, if you can get X amount of retweets or whatever, we're going to give you a lifetime for free. Aww. And he did. And he got a lifetime of peanut butter for free. For 72,000 retweets, he got it. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if they asked him to do it or he just did it on his own. But anyway, so he decided to share his new peanut butter with all the workers that were not being paid during the shutdown. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Oh, that's cute.
A good news. Another good news, Jay-Z and Meek Mill, whoever Meek Mill is, launched a prison.
Is that the real name?
Is that his real name?
Is it Travis Scott?
Yeah, right. Who knows? Can you believe that guy he's like streaming in the top 5 or something right now, this Travis guy? Who knew?
He's one of the...
Isn't he just a rapper?
Well, he dates one of the Kendall Jenner.
But isn't he just a rapper? He's not a singer. Is he a singer?
Well, no, I mean, he's a hip-hop artist, yeah.
So is he a singer or a rapper?
He's the rapper.
Okay, good. Okay, so rapping is different than singing. It's a different skill set, a different talent, and I don't put it in the same category, even though I'm very happy for these kids and glad they're rapping, but it's not the
poetry.
Same as being... It's not the same as being Diana Ross and, whatever. Jay-Z and Meek Mill launched a prison reform alliance and pledged $50 million to prison reform.
Wow. No, that's amazing.
I think that's amazing.
That is really good.
That's amazing.
That will make a difference.
See what I mean? Why isn't the First Lady doing anything? Why doesn't she get a hold of them and say, listen, I'm all in on this. What can I do to help you? She doesn't do anything. It makes me, when I think of all the things there are to do in the world and people like her just sitting up there, Tennessee lawmaker proposes a dress code for the parents at school because the mom comes to school in lingerie. Can you imagine your mom showing up in lingerie at the school? The kid must have died. Or he might have been the most popular kid in school. Who knows? Remember the Harper Valley PTA girl?
The MILF.
Oh, my God. Oh, and bad news. It was 30 years ago this week that the Challenger exploded. I remember that. And that teacher was on there. And I remember watching it, and everyone was confused. Did it just separate and keep going? Is that supposed to happen? Or was it a catastrophe? And, I remember that. It was so sad. Oh, that's kids.
Yeah, I remember that.
They all had so much talent, And the commission showed that the O-rings were frozen and they should not have taken off. And the commission also showed that some of the people at NASA knew it and pushed it anyway. They didn't want to miss the deadline. So that infuriated. They should have gone to jail then.
Tasha, I have to read you this comment. Tasha Adorjan says the only thing she has done is decorate the White House horribly for Christmas.
Oh, I'm sure it's gold gilded. Oh, those red trees. I mean, it's like the Kremlin. It was like a nod to the Kremlin. The only thing missing were the GOP gold hanging on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the Lancet report, which is a group of 43 experts in 14 different countries, says that the world needs to come up with solutions to fight 3 interrelated pandemics: obesity, starving, and climate change. And they need to do it now before the planet is burning. I mean, what is wrong that Trump doesn't believe in climate change, pulls out of the climate accords, goes on and tweets about it's freezing cold. What happened to that global warming?
Oh my
he
gosh.
doesn't know the difference between global warming, science, and weather. It's embarrassing.
He literally takes global warming as literally global
It's the weather. It's so embarrassing.
He doesn't understand that it's extremes in both sides.
He doesn't get it. And and those little 28% of followers are, yeah, boy, yeah.
Confofi.
Yeah, God. Yeah, the Ku Klux Klan hood and robe fetched $3,000 at auction. They're very collectible, and it's strictly historical, said the auctioneer. Bullshit. That should be in the history of the Black Museum. It should be in that in there, donated. They shouldn't be selling it, so somebody else can take off with it and talk about how proud they are that they own a Ku Klux Klan hood and robe. For $3,000, someone should have just damn bought it and donated it to the museum of Black history. Did you know there's a Bansky exhibit in Miami right now, Jason?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Where is it at?
Magic City Studios.
Where's that?
In Wynwood.
Oh, for me to go to Wynwood. I'd love to go see it. Have you been over there?
Yeah.
How long is it going to be here?
End of February. It finishes, I think, the 28th.
Well, is it worth going to?
I would go see it,
You know, I saw that on Richard J. Alexander's Twitter feed. Yeah. So,
some people were actually commenting last week during the show about it and said that you should see the Banksy exhibit.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was here. So what's the price range of the art?
No, it's not for sale. It's just.
Oh, they aren't selling anything?
No, it's just a collection
of
his
I'll
work.
look at it in a magazine.
No,
I'm like my friend that used to say, don't you want to travel
It's a traveling exhibit.
Puerto Rico or whatever? And I go, no, let's watch it on the Discovery Channel. Oh, Jason, this is for you. Sagittarius. It's your time. Does that mean your birthday's coming up?
No. In December.
Oh, okay. Oh, well then, for right now, for Sagittarius, it's your time to stand in the spotlight and receive the blessings you so deserve. Don't allow any sense of feeling sorry or guilty to stop you from getting what's owed to you.
Okay, well, thank you.
So there you go. I read that. I go, there's Jason. So now here's another one. I'm sorry. Tell me if I'm judgmental and wrong. And tell me... I'm a horrible human being, but this I just can't with this one.
What is this?
I'm scared to death of what you're getting ready to read.
The 72-year-old grandmother marries a teen that she met at her son's funeral. So this teenage friend of her son shows up at the funeral. I guess he's 17 or 18. She hooks up with him, and now they're married. They had sex for the first time on their wedding night. They describe each other as wonderful lovers. It was wonderful beyond my wildest dreams, revealed Gary. She's really my dream woman, and the physical side of our relationship just could not be better.
They're happy.
She was speaking at the launch of her new talk show, Girls Talk, where she offers advice of members to the public. I know you have a lot of questions to ask. Explaining would be a weekly show, would just give advice to marriages. And during the first segment, she responded, the woman called her to talk about how to make love last. You just need to sit down with each other and work through your problems and relationships. 72 years old with like an 18-year-old kid. I'm sorry.
Well, it sounds...
If some 72-year-old woman tries to marry my 17-year-old son, she better have $5 billion in the bank and have terminal cancer. And then we'll talk about it.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
And even then, it'd be platonic. Oh, my God. And I'm only kidding. I would never do that to my son. Who do you think I am, a momager? News. Oh, the Powerball winner. So less than $300 million. He wasn't going to go to work that day. He was really sick, and he dragged himself to work because he didn't want to miss a payday before Christmas. Buys a ticket, forgets about it, gets gas in the car, buys a ticket there. Friend says, "You know where you buy your gas all the time?" The guy won. "Oh, I never win. That's not my luck. It'll never happen." He's a truck driver. Goes and puts it in. The next time he gets to gas, and he won. He didn't know what to do, so he goes home, hides the ticket in an oldest, ugliest leather jean jacket he has, going, nobody would ever go through that, until he turned it in. $300 million, a truck driver. Can you believe it? For a $5 quick pick. The number's 05, 25, 38, 52, 67 with Powerball 24. I just can't believe it. He said he doesn't have to drive a truck anymore. Yeah. God bless him.
And he was going to buy a Porsche, you think he said.
Oh, God bless him. Pennsylvania man has an emotional support alligator named Wally. There was a picture of him cuddling Wally online. Wally was all cuddled up to him, and he goes, he's just like a little dog, and he just needs attention and affection.
My gosh. Yeah.
It helps the man with his depression, he says. He just wants to be loved and petted, Wally.
Yeah, I have an emotional support pair of loafers and a belt.
Can I tell you? Yeah, right. Me too. An Hermes bag. So Jeff gets mad when I bring the little dog with me when I'm with him. So what do you think he'd do if I brought my pet alligator? He'd probably say, skin it and make a rug out of it. There is a drug resistance bacteria that is expected to kill 10 million people by the year 2050. And the UK is taking steps to fight back. It's called a superbug, according to edition.cnn.com, if you want to know about it. And let me tell you, that's the difference in the UK. They're over there ahead of the game looking for what's coming down the pipe and trying to fix the problem before it gets here. And we're over here fucking chasing Putin. Yeah. Well, we're not chasing him. He's invited in. We're welcoming him.
They're rolling out the red Christmas trees for him. Are you kidding?
Oh, my God. Look, it's already... Look, we haven't even done the politics
I know.
yet.
We're already an hour in.
Before the Super Bowl, let me just say this. This NBC News, Ace Davis is a fifth grader at Mill Creek Elementary School in Kentucky. He engineered a winning science fair project by answering questions of 31 NFL teams. So he does a poster. Is Tom Brady a cheater? Is this hilarious? And he wins an award in science
he did
for
in
it.
Science fair.
He has a section on his hypothesis, the procedure, the materials, the pictures, pictures to back it all up, talking points to back it up, the research, the graph, the results, and he has a conclusion. I don't know what his conclusion was.
Roy should hire him.
Really? But I mean, it's brilliant. That's just brilliant. He's like in the fifth grade.
You're right. That's brilliant.
I love it. And I wonder what his conclusion, when it was so small I couldn't read it.
But they did. They concluded that he is a cheater.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, and that was what was funny because, that's always been the debate after the Deflategate.
I know he's a sore loser that year. He didn't win. He didn't do well. Now, who are you guys rooting for?
Serena Williams.
Sarah Jessica Parker. Isn't she in a commercial?
I want the Rams to win because, one, I like LA. I really don't know that they're legitimately in the Super Bowl because of that horrible call on the Saints with the referee. Yeah. But I think the other teams won enough. The guy's got enough rings. How big does your ego need to be? He's a sore loser. Trump likes
and apparently
him,
a cheater.
He likes Trump, so that's
and he ate off my plate at Zuma.
But I would like to see. I think I'd like to see the Rams win. But honestly, I don't have a dog in the fact.
Yeah, it looks like most people were saying Rams in the comments.
By the way, Ocean Drive magazine reported in an article that medical cannabis is now legal in Miami. Just so you know, there was an ad in Ocean Drive. So if anyone's questioning that. Oh my God, I'm going to have to wait on that. I'm going to have to wait on that. I'm going to have to wait on this. I'm just going to, is that video up yet of the weight?
Yes.
Okay, go, listen, if you want to lose weight and get your metabolism to reboot so you burn your own body fat, go to leablack.com/evolve-health. Jesus fucking Christ. Email us at hello@leablack.com and we'll tell you where to go. It's a fantastic program. Actually, I'm eating one of them.
It has a video and it has a link
one
on
of them
it.
today. It's a video. It tells how it works. I love these bars. They have like no sugar in them at all, and they're like 17 grams of fiber or something. Oh, it's fantastic. This is what all you get. You get shakes and you get bars and you get all this stuff. It's like fantastic. I love it. You're full all the time.
Plus, you also help their charity, which feeds children.
Oh yeah.
So with every purchase,
they donate to charity to end world hunger, which is that good. So this one we're gonna have to wait till next week. We'll do this one next week too. Go to hello@leablack.com. We'll tell you what link to go to. Yeah. I made a video about the bars, the shakes, and the diet program. It's not even a diet. It's just actually it's the easiest thing ever. It's so easy.
It's a reboot for your gut.
Yeah, it cleanses your gut, but it cleans your metabolism, and it has things in it that this product called Ace Manum, which is a breakthrough in technology that increases your cells' ability to reproduce itself and fight off things and boost your immune system. But people are losing weight on it like crazy, and apparently they're loving it. I love the protein bars. I'm going to tell you to order me a box of the chocolate and a box of the other ones last time you ordered. My quote of the week: never be afraid to stand alone. Okay, how brilliant is Leah? Okay, well, I was going to talk about this one. I'm just going to go 3 more minutes. Oh my God, I'm boring you. So the shutdown is over, so I guess I just won't talk about that one, but I just want to say that Mr. Andreas' nonprofit organization with the World Central Kitchen fed thousands of people during the shutdown. Yeah. This guy should get one of those hero awards. Yeah. He needs to get something. He should get
the Medal of Honor.
He should get something.
He's always there to help.
I've never seen anything like it. So this woman who went without pay for the Justice Department was begging her 77-year-old mother to help her, which the mother depleted her savings account too. And she was just watching the news, praying that something would happen. And she said that on a $50,000 a year salary, she had to go stand in the food line. And she was just so humiliated by it. And there are just 100 more, thousands of more stories like that. Did you know that if they build that stupid wall that doesn't work, which, by the way, did you guys see the intelligence briefing yesterday to the Senate or to the Congress?
That was great.
Oh, my God. Everything Trump has said is a lie. Korea is they're building nuclear weapons and making more stuff by the day. Trump's saying, oh, we get along great, we're in love. ISIS is not dead, it's expanding, even though we're holding them at bay. He's like, oh, ISIS is over. Every single thing that Trump said is just a lie. And these are his own Republican intelligence agencies. And then he said Putin's a huge threat. Cybersecurity is a huge threat. Putin did interfere with the election. It's unbelievable. Trump has met with Putin 5 or 6 times now, undisclosed. We've only found out about it after the fact, with no American translator, only a Russian translator, and him and Putin, or him and Putin and his wife. So I'm telling you, and they got another indictment this week on Roger Stone. They now have like 6, they've like 5 guilty pleas, and it just goes on and on.
Hey, Leah, you've got a couple people asking if you could repeat the website link, because they're on your site right now. Colin Fussel's looking right now. There's a couple people.
See.
So it should be leablack.com/.
Oh, good.
It's not. What we'll have to do is we'll put it on the comment section shortly, because it's not that simple. Or
you could go to leablack.myevolve. It's MYEVOLV.com.
Yeah, and if you don't find it there, email us at hello@LeaBlack, and we'll just send you the link. And by the way, if they do build that stupid wall, which they've already proven won't keep any drug dealers from coming out, because they're mostly coming through ports of entry and tunnels, they're not going to do human trafficking because they're not coming through there either. So if they do, which is a waste of money that Mexico is going to pay for, the beautiful butterfly habitat along the Rio Grande Valley would be plowed over to clear way for that stupid wall. And so it would affect the environment, and all the people that own property there, including the senators, every Republican and Democrat except for Ted Cruz on the border states have said that they're going to have huge eminent domain fights. People are not going to give up their land like that, and the wall's not going to do any good, and their cities are safe. I can't. I love that picture of Nancy Pelosi walking out of the White House in that red coat with sunglasses.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kushner's BFF, the Crown Prince, they haven't done anything about Khashoggi yet. Not one thing. They're just hoping it blows under the rug and nobody does anything. And they were saying, some people that heard that tapes, they were saying that the last thing that he said was, take this plastic bag off of me, you're suffocating me. Those were his last words. It makes me sick. Trump won the Golden Idiot Award on German TV, according to Inquisitor.com. Is anyone shocked?
It's a freaking landslide.
By a landslide. No, by unanimous vote. So listen to, someone tweeted this, and I just love it. This is Basta's account on Twitter. No books, no friends, no music, no curiosity. No patience, no integrity, no compassion, no empathy, no loyalty, no conscience, no courage, no manners, no respect, no character, no morality, no honor, not even a dog. That's Trump. Oh. Chris Christie, Trump's big friend, has had a book called Let Me Finish, and he slams the incompetence of them, and Kushner and the rest of it. And there's another one out called Vipers by this guy that I was listening to him on an interview on CNN, and he's a guy from the South, Alabama, I think. He's a religious guy, supports Trump. Supported Trump, worked in the White House, said Trump is absolutely not religious, and spilled all the tea on what goes on there. And that one guy was hilarious because he was so honest and truthful. It was really good. Oh my God. So only in Florida, that's politics, I'll tell you anyway. This idiot is fishing, and his magnet catches on to a grenade. So the guy picks up the grenade, puts it in his car, drives to Taco Bell, eats, and then calls 911.
I saw it.
Only in Florida. So then the 911 sections off the whole section and the parking lot and the food place and Taco Bell and this and that and tries to disarm it and take it and this and go back and look for more. The guy didn't even bother and to just like leave it there and call 911. No, he has to drive Taco Bell and get his tacos. I mean, only in Florida.
Only in Florida.
And then there's a picture floating around on the internet that's hilarious. Remember The Help, that movie The Help? What was that black lady's name that made the pie?
She made the shit pie.
Yeah. What was her name? Davis? Is it somebody?
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis, big actress. So there's a picture of her online. You know that pie that apparently
I saw
some
the
people
meme,
pooped in? So she takes this big, beautiful pie dressed in her little uniform and hands it over to the woman that had wronged them. And then no one really knows what's in the pie, but it's subtly indicated that's what it is. But anyway, so there's a meme on social media going around with Trump opening the door and the woman handing him the pie. I just love that so much.
I like the one
so
too.
Funny.
There was one that shows him all black and blue, and it says after day one with Nancy.
I saw that
really
one
good,
too.
too.
That was a good one. Roger Stone gets indicted, walks out and gives the
My God, that guy's a circus.
nation thing. What do you call it? The Nixon salute.
Nixon salute.
Yeah, he's got Nixon's tattoo on his back.
Yeah.
The guy's he's a self-described dirty trickster.
Dirty trickster.
He's been creating
promotes himself
problems
that
for
way.
politics forever. He's the one that came up with the build the wall because he said Trump wasn't smart enough to remember to talk about immigration, but he could remember buildings, so build the wall, and that became Trump's whole thing. So he helped him win the election. He was apparently the intermediary between WikiLeaks and Russia, and now it's all coming out, and now he's like, he's innocent, he didn't do anything. Let's see. I tweeted out, and the way he's acting at the arraignment and the way he's acting on television and on his talk shows, I think he's trying to build an insanity defense. Why else would he be acting crazy?
He is. That was Octavia Spencer, by the way, the actor.
Oh, Octavia Spencer. Get your story straight, James. John Brennan. Trump. Listen what he tweeted to Trump. Now, John Brennan is he the ex-CIA or FBI? No, John Brennan. He's not there anymore.
No. That's the one that they took away his clearance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a former one.
He's the former...
CIA or FBI, one or the other, or intelligence agency, whatever. He tweets, he's very credible. He's been at the top dog position for years until he quit and then Trump took away his clearance because he criticized him. He tweets to Trump, your cabal of unprincipled, unethical, dishonest, psychopathic cronies is being methodically brought to justice. We all know where the trail leads. If your utter incompetence is not enough to run you out of office, your increasingly oblivion to political corruption will. That's a very heavy statement for
a mouthful,
a guy like that. And then
they're saying on here that Colin Farrell, is that what's his last name? Fussell. He said that Stone said that the FBI had harassed their family, but they were very polite.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Sorry, she
too
said.
much. Okay, so the shutdown cost $11 million. Even Fox News is $1 billion. Even Fox News is saying that he got outplayed and that he's been not telling the truth about it. 28% of Americans think we're on the right track, and 63% percentage of Americans think we're on the wrong track. Trump said during the shutdown that the grocery store will float you money. Will float you food. In other words, if you're hungry, go to the store. They'll just float you the food.
Yeah.
He is just such a nut job.
Completely out of touch.
And then his top dog says, oh, don't worry. You'll just go get a loan. Go get a secured loan at the bank. Do you not understand that people don't have banking connections that are making $20,000 and $30,000 a year? They can't call at the bank and say, I'll take a loan. It's a whole process. It takes weeks if you can get it at all.
And why should they pay interest?
Crazy. Oh my God. So 57%.
And loans weren't getting approved during the shutdown either.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 57. Yeah, they can't even verify your employment. 57% rate Trump's. Okay, 57% of people rate Trump's handling of border security negatively, a remarkable indictment of Trump on his signature issues. 61% say that Trump is not honest or trustworthy. 58% say that Trump lacks the personality and temperament to serve effectively as president. 56% say that Trump has not brought the needed change to Washington. 65% say that he does not understand the problems of people like him. 58% say that he's not good at making political deals. That's for sure. 64% say they don't have a lot of confidence that he will make the right decisions for the country. So he's got a 28% hardcore approval rating right now and a few more soft ones. But you know what? The guys, they put out a big article yesterday, was it the Washington Post or the Times, that he's a con artist. So finally, they've been calling him out on his 6,000 lies over 2 years. So finally, people are resonating that he does finally lie. Fox News is now even, I think, to just maintain any sense of credibility. Some of their people are starting to say, you know, hello, this isn't all right. And now they've got a big article in one of the major newspapers with credible sources talking about why he's a con artist. And then you've got the two new books, Chris Christie's and this other one called Viper, I think the Vipers.
The Den of Vipers.
What is it?
Den of Vipers.
Oh, the Den of Vipers.
Nest of Vipers.
Nest of Vipers coming out. I think the House of Cards is starting to fold.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, no, I think so too.
I think the trajectory's changed.
Ryan Holt says, watching Trump news is like getting a progress report from your child's teacher. Like, what the WTF did he do today?
Yeah, that's a good one. It's crazy. But you know, the thing that's right now I also think is going to shape the public conversation is the Democrats coming out and deciding to run. But you know what? They just can't go that far to the left. I'm sorry.
No,
you're never going to win going that far to the left. You can't start talking about taxing people a lot more money. And, you know, there should be a proportionate rate of taxes, but you can't go off the charts with it. You have to make incremental changes. You can't start talking about, you know, we're going to go do health care overnight and shut down insurance companies. You can't do that. It's got to be affordable. I mean, they're going to have to tamper down this left wing. So I'm hoping that a Sherrod Brown or a Biden or somebody like that comes in and starts talking, you know, to like a little more moderate. That's what I'm hoping, because I think that's what it's going to take to win. But I don't think it should be Mr. Cafe au lait with his Starbucks coffee.
For sure.
Cafe
you know, it's like there's reality and then there's aspiration. and I think that we have to look at the reality, because the reality is what's going to beat the current situation we're in. What they need to say, in my opinion, is this is where ultimately I love to see us get. Right. We're not going to get there overnight, and we may never get there, but we need to make incremental change, and we need to be going in that direction. People would accept that, because you know that it's not going to happen for a long period of time, because it's going to take a consensus building to do it. They should have stuck with the affordable health care, expanded it to include expanded Medicaid, and made insurance affordable by regulating the industry. Mm-hmm. That would be the moderate start right now. I'm not running for office. Maria Moreno says that Kamal's on CNN right now, and she's already bending on her insurance comments. Kamala, yeah, she has to. I'm not running for president.
I'm voting for you.
But I do have a really good book out called Red Carpets and White Lies, All the Gossip.
It's available on leablack.com.
The new Jackie Collins, according to page 6. This shows you how serious. I'm talking about healthcare like I have all the answers. Well, I have this trashy novel out that you might want to read.
While you're getting better.
Yeah, while you're getting well, or when you're snuggled up to your fireplace and it's only $10 on our thing, and it's only $6.50 at Amazon, and I'll sign it if you order it here. Okay, did we have enough fun? Oh my God, I've got to stop talking.
We ran an hour and a half almost.
I could easily go an hour and a half to 2 hours. I could do the Rush Limbaugh 3-hour stint every day and not run out of stuff to talk about, because I'm just one big trash talking machine. Did we miss anything?
How could we?
Hi, little boy, say hi. Little Black's here. If you're watching on Facebook, you can say hi. If you're listening on the podcast, just know he's all gussied up and pretty for you today. Okay, we had fun, so we'll be on next Wednesday at noon Eastern on Facebook Live and your favorite podcast network. And go to leablack.com for all your product needs for the book and the skincare and the $10 special we have on the serum that's really a $60 retail, $30 wholesale. And don't forget to share, SHARE, with everybody so we get more sponsors, a bigger platform, syndicate our show, bring in all this money, and then go out and save the world and tell everybody how to live. Spend your money helping people.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.